So, in addition to loving Prey, Nioh, one of my other favorite games of the year, came out with its first little bit of DLC. I think it's $15. I don't really remember. I'm sorry. Because I bought the DLC season pass, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So it's Dragon of the North. Covers up my name. I don't know how to fix things. Here's the deal. I think this is good bit of DLC. It adds one whole new weapon type, which is pretty cool. I don't think you're going to see me use it in this. Oh yeah, I'm using it right now. So it's basically a big ass sword. It's it's Sephiroth's sword, is what we'll call it. It adds that. It adds a couple of one training dojo mission for that weapon once you level up a certain ability. I don't know if it adds these other missions that popped up all over my map, but the one, I guess, section of the map that it adds have 10, as far as I can tell, 10 missions to do, right? The vast majority of them are side missions. So 7 of the 10 are side missions, as far as I know. Now, I say as far as I know because I've only unlocked 9 of them, and I'm sure there's a 10th one. Because that's how percentages work, and I can see the percentages. Now, the 10th one could very well be another main mission. I doubt it. I really doubt it. And I haven't beaten all of them. I beat all but one of them. The one I didn't beat is an annoying boss that I don't want to do. Because for some reason, Nioh, and I haven't talked to anyone about this, but I am 40 levels under the recommended level. And I don't understand how, or if that's intentional, or is that like a common thing? I don't really know. I just don't know. And I'd love to know, but I don't. Now, the actual content of this, there's 2 new big levels. And they're great. This is one of them. Overall, some of the better stuff that's in Nioh proper. The 3 new bosses that you fight. All good. All good to great, actually. Some really, really good stuff there. I think some of it could be changed, whatever. There's nitpicks here and there. Like, I like other boss fight styles better than some of these, but overall, really good boss fights. I think the final one in particular, very evocative of the... What was her name? Was her name Maria? Because the boss in this game's Maria. Was it Lady Maria of the Spectral whatever? The Bloodborne Old Hunters DLC, the lady you fight in the Clock Tower Church thing? The second to last boss of that? Very reminiscent of her fight in that. Not as good, because that fight's incredible, but still a fantastic fight to be had. So I think that's great. I think 2 levels is pretty short. One of the side missions takes place in another completely new area, and that's cool and all. There are a few new enemies, these little snakehead dragon men. Those are cool. There are a few other, these red kappa shell guys. There's another set of Oni. They're these giant, weird, witch doctor-y, scary dudes with a bunch of different weapons. And I like fighting them as well, but it does feel very light. I think maybe 6 or 7 hours I spent. And a good hour of that was just on the second to last boss, who is a pain. I like me falling there. I got stuck in the side. Anyway. It's great. It's more Nioh, and it made me appreciate Nioh more because I really enjoyed the alpha. I really enjoyed the beta. I really enjoyed the last chance thing they did for Nioh. And I really enjoyed the game. But the game felt kind of because I'd played so much of it before it came out. But then, since Nioh, I played the Dark Souls 3 DLC, the last set of that. And so going back to Nioh was weird. But it also made me realize how good Nioh is. It really is something incredible. Oh, you know what? I think the other mission that I didn't complete is a Twilight mission, a Twilight version mission of one of these. But anyway, Nioh is so good. So much better, I think, than a lot of the recent Souls stuff, except for Bloodborne. It just takes that formula and goes somewhere else with it in a way that I love to see. I love the action, more action-oriented stuff with it. And that's why I like Bloodborne, right? but it adds skill trees. It adds the summons. It adds these different weapon types and these combos and like key usage, which is so much more important than an enemy's stamina in a Souls game. And I think it's really good overall. I think it's a little lacking in terms of like the game itself is incredibly long. Like it just keeps throwing more and more levels at you. And this DLC is very like, here's the first level. Now 3 side missions open up. I'm like, okay, I'll do the 3 side missions. Here's another level. I'm like, okay, I'll do the next level. And now, to be fair, these levels are not like 45 minutes. These are longer. Some levels in the main game are a little shorter. These are of the longer variety. And I do the next mission, and then it's like, oh, okay, there's one more, right? And then one more is just a boss fight. So, okay, it's not actually a third level. It's just a boss fight with its own room before it. That's fine. It's a good fight. There's still Kodama to find. There's still hot springs to find. There's a bunch of new trophies to do. It's still really good. They add a bunch of PvP, which is free. The PvP stuff is free, and I will never do it. And I'm glad it's sectioned off in its own thing from the DLC, because I still one day want to get the platinum in Nioh, because it is a fantastic, fantastic game. And some moments in this are great. There's some tough stuff here, particularly since I didn't think Nioh proper was that difficult. The bosses here, I died more times to these 3 main bosses than probably the last 10 bosses combined in the main Nioh game. For sure, actually, I would say. And even these areas, I died much more. I think it's a little more difficult, and I think that's good. I don't think Nioh was very difficult. I'm probably the only person who's saying that. I think Dark Souls is way harder than Nioh. I don't get the people saying otherwise. I don't understand that. Nioh's not as difficult. There's some stuff here that's pretty challenging, especially why am I 40 levels under leveled? It's like, oh, you should be level 175. I'm like, I'm 139. What is this about? I'll never understand that. I'll also, like, you need so much experience to get to those levels. How could I even, doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. What else about Nioh? I think that's it. Short show. I gotta go play Prey. Play. It's a great game. Everyone should play Prey. Everyone who has Nioh, probably gonna play this. It's worth it for the new weapon, just to see it. It's not my type of weapon, so I switched back to my dual swords after a certain point. But the new bosses, the new areas, the snow stuff, that's great to see. It's totally worth it. It's not amazing, but as I said, it did make me appreciate the main game more and how different it is and how refreshing that is compared to going back to Dark Souls and being kind of like, ugh, this is feeling old. This is feeling its age for sure. And it's great. You know, it's great. It's great minus. Is that a thing? It's a B. It's a B minus. Maybe a B. Maybe just a straight B. I don't want to start grading things, but it's a B. Anyway, that's the show. Usually it's a little longer. I don't know. It's probably going to go a little shorter now. There's no news. E3, the drought. E3 drought. Hashtag. Until we get to that. You're going to have a prediction show the week before E3. That's going to be fun. Next week is Fire Emblem. Even more Prey. Hopefully something happens in the news I can complain about. Vanquish the week after that. Vanquish on PC. That's going to be cool. Anyway, every Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to do this with my hands. Twitch.tv/TheGameFanatics. Merry Christmas? I think that's it. These are the weird witch doctor people I was talking about. I don't know how you're supposed to fight all 3 of those guys. I had to just pick them off one by one because there's no way you're going to go in the middle of them and just be a dick. Like, ooh, look what I do. Look at Leroy Jenkins over there fighting all 3 of these demon people. It also sucks. I don't like the moveset for the Odachi, which is the new weapon. I think I die here, yeah. That'd be a good place to end it, right when I die. Oh, I don't die? Alright. I tried to die.